It is me. Hello. Hey, did Larry Salo win pizza yesterday? Okay. So congratulations to Larry Salo for winning the Papa Murphy's Pizza Prize Pack. Don't forget, I'll be giving away another one today. All prizes must be redeemed by October 31st, and there can only be one winner per household. So yes, good morning, everybody. I am here with Mary Faith Bell. Hello.
Good morning.
Candidate for commissioner. And we're going to be talking about you and your race. I feel like I can't see you. The microphone's like right near. There you go.
Move a little bit.
There you go. Hey, can you give us a little bit of history and your background and also why you decided to run for commissioner?
Absolutely. Well, I'm a native Oregonian. I've lived in Tillamook County for 13 years. I work at the hospital. I'm the director of communications and marketing. I'm on the civic advisory board there, and I'm also on the incident command team, which is significant because if there is an emergency in Tillamook County, the commissioners
you're the one, and
will
you're
be involved.
The one that probably has to tell everybody if something's going on, right? I mean, for the hospital, like the hospital
exactly.
information.
I'm the public information officer.
Yeah.
I have been at the hospital for 5 years, and it's a lovely job. I love the people I work with. It's a really great organization. Before that, I was at the Headlight Herald, and when they hired me as a reporter, and then they sent me to Cannon Beach, where I was the editor of the Cannon Beach Gazette, and then I came back and was the editor here of the Headlight Herald, and ultimately I was the editor and general manager. So that was really where I learned about the job of county commissioner, because I went to all the commissioners' meetings and I went to the workshops, and I spent a lot of time with them. At the time, it was Mark Labhart, Tim Josie, and Chuck Kurleman. And I spent a lot of time with them learning about what they did because I was writing stories about it.
Yeah.
And because, we covered all the news in Tillamook County, everywhere I went, the commissioners were there. They were involved in
oh my gosh,
every important and interesting thing that was happening in the county.
If you just even go on the Board of Commissioners website and you look at all the organizations and groups that they're liaisons to, it is a long rap sheet for each of them. It's a crazy amount that they're involved in.
It's true.
Yeah.
And the wonky thing about me is that I get really excited about learning new things. And so that was a beautiful thing about that job for me at the Headlight Herald, was that I was learning new things every day. And in that process, I came to admire the job of commissioner, because I thought the same thing of them. Like, these guys are all over the place. They're learning new things every day. Yeah. And I love people. And so they had the opportunity to build relationships with people and help people and listen to people and make a difference in people's lives. And so in that process, in that time, I came to really appreciate local government in a way that I hadn't before, because I hadn't seen it in action. And I came to the conclusion that local government is by far the best form of government, because it's accessible and and transparent and immediate and personal, and local citizens can get involved and have a voice and make a difference. And so I really came to respect the whole process and think, wow, this is a really, really great service and a great job. And so in my life now, I just want to be of service. And I'm at this kind of middle time in my life. I'm middle-aged. My son's off in college, and it feels like if I want to make a big change, this is a perfect time to do it. And so I just really want to be of service in this way. And I felt called to do it. I felt called to try, and
kind of felt like there was a sign.
Yes, and so here I am, and I have so enjoyed the process. I've enjoyed all the people that I've gotten to know, everything I've gotten to learn. I've made new friends. The community has really come together and supported me in beautiful, heartfelt ways that are very moving to me, that I'm so grateful for, that regardless of the outcome, I feel like I've already won.
That's very beautiful.
Thank you.
Well, you said when you sat down, you were full of gratitude at the moment.
I am,
yes,
truly.
Hey, it's a good place to be.
It is.
Yeah. Let's make sure we promote your website. It is maryfaithbell.com.
Correct.
Right. And you are going to be at the Candidates Forum both in Bay City and Nestucca Valley on Sunday. Is that right? So then Bay City one is at 12:30, which I believe is after the pancake breakfast. Is that right?
Right. So if you're so inclined, come for the Bay City Arts Center monthly pancake breakfast, which is delicious and a bargain at $5.
Yes,
so that's
and
8
then
to
stay
12.
for the conversation.
Yeah, the breakfast is from 8 to 12.
Do you know, is it just you and Adam that are going to be there as candidates, or will there be other candidates there as well? Do you know?
I think it's me and Adam and Shayna Peterson and Chris Kruby.
Oh, gotcha.
Because they're
Running for mayor.
candidates for Bay City.
And then at 6, right? 6 or 6:30?
6 o'clock.
Yeah, 6 o'clock on Sunday at Nestucca Valley
Elementary.
And then is that just you and Adam, or are there other people?
No, that'll be me and Adam, and I believe the Representative Gomberg and Donahue.
So
Tom
yeah,
Donahue,
that makes sense
candidate.
because
Yeah.
they cover the South County
Yeah.
area. So that's at 6 o'clock at Nestucca Valley Elementary on Sunday. Awesome. I know one of the things you wanted to talk about was emergency preparedness, and I'm interested to talk to you about this because I know you live up in North County, right?
I do.
And I feel like North County does a really good job. They have Red Cross events, but I don't see a lot of that in Central and South County. And there's always this looming, the big earthquake is coming,
right,
that we hear about every once in a while. And then you hear earthquakes up in Alaska, earthquakes off the coast here, and it brings it to the forefront for a minute. How do you want to increase awareness of emergency preparedness and kind of get that on everybody's radar?
I'm passionate about emergency preparedness, and I really want. I'm eager and excited to work on it. And you're right that in North County they have an amazing model program that they've developed over a period of 10 years. So they started, a small group of citizens got together after the big storm in 2007 when people were cut off and we didn't have power and there were landslides. And so a group of people in North County got together and said, hey, we need to be better prepared the next time this happens because we weren't ready.
Right.
And so they got together and they're, something I so love about Tillamook County is how people get together and work so hard for the things they believe in.
Yeah.
And so that's what happened in North County, and that program grew, and they have the Emergency Volunteer Corps, they have the Emergency Medical Corps, that's medical professionals who are trained and prepared to come in and serve in a surge event, including people who are retired, but their licenses will be reactivated in an emergency.
Oh,
and they practice, they train, they have ham radio operators. I think I heard at a recent meeting that there are 200 ham radio operators, which is really extraordinary. They have a communications team. They have programs like Neighbors Helping Neighbors and Mapping Your Neighborhood, where neighborhoods are broken up into manageable regions, and so that people learn who is in their area and what their needs are, because we need to know like which houses have people with mobility issues, which houses have small children,
right.
and which houses are in the tsunami zone and which are not, and where are we going to need to go, and which neighbors are we going to need to check on, which neighbors are not going to be able to get out of their houses without help. So they're mapping neighborhoods and getting people involved, and the beautiful thing about this is that it's building community in such a powerful way.
Yeah.
Whether or not we ever have the big one, which we can't know exactly when it's going to happen, but we do know from the geologic record that it happens every 300 to 500 years. And so we're at year 318. So it last happened, the last massive earthquake and subsequent tsunami happened in the year 1700. So we're at year 318 in a 300 to 500 year cycle.
Yeah.
So it could happen anytime, or it could happen 100 years from now.
Right.
But we can't prevent it, but we can prepare for it. And so the work that I'm really passionate about is making sure that the program that's been developed in North County, which is without peer, no other community on the Oregon coast is doing what's happening in North County. So I'm super proud of that. So they've done all the heavy lifting to develop this program, and I want the program to be available to all of the coastal communities in Tillamook County. And I want the county to take a leadership role in providing the supports necessary to get that off the ground. And so that's work that I'm very excited about. And I feel like it's a moral imperative that we must prepare and plan for those events, because they're happening all over the world. And you think about the communities where they're happening, and they probably thought, oh, that won't happen here.
Right.
And then it does.
Well, who would have ever thought that a tornado would have gone through Manzanita
Right.
here? Like, we don't get tornadoes here. They're in the Midwest and the South. And
yeah.
So,
And because it's not in our lifetimes,
right.
I grew up in Oregon, and I remember in school as a child learning that we don't have an earthquake problem in Oregon. California has an earthquake problem, but it doesn't happen here. Because at the time, they didn't even know. They didn't even know about the Cascadia subduction zone. And they didn't know, so because it's not in any of our even written records here on the Oregon coast,
of course.
It's harder for people to conceive of, but that doesn't mean it's not going to happen.
Right. Well, an emergency preparedness, I mean, I always, prepare for the worst. So let's prepare for that.
Yeah.
But then that preparation also comes in handy if we have another situation like the storm in '07 where nobody had power for a week.
Right.
So it prepare for the worst thing that's going to happen, and then it'll help if there's other things that happen.
Yes, it'll help us in every way. And also, we have a lot of visitors, so we also need to be cognizant of how we will help and take care of visitors if it happens at a time when there are a lot of people here who are not local.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good. I like that because, like I said, I don't feel like we talk about it enough here. For a while, Gordon was coming in and we were talking about it, and then it kind of just like what happens in life, other things become more important. Right. But yeah, should that thing happen, that's scary. Yeah, I don't like to think about it. I just like to bury my head in the sand. I'm going to take a quick break. We're going to talk about Rosenberg's. Where do you go to find almost anything you need for home improvement? I'll tell you where. Rosenberg's. Rosenberg's has been your local connection for anything you need to build and finish your house to perfection. Carpet, cabinets, paint, electrical, plumbing, nuts and bolts, fencing, windows, doors, and so much more. All those items in one place, but that's only part of the story. What really makes Rosenberg's your stop for home improvement is their people. Their knowledgeable, friendly staff are there to help you through any Their knowledgeable, friendly staff are there to help you through any project. Any question from what paint you should use to how to install a new shower valve, you can get the help you need to do it right the first time. Stop by Rosenberg's today to rediscover what you've known all along. It's better to shop local and work with great people you can see every day. Build it, plumb it, wire it, paint it. Rosenberg Builder Supply, Tillamook. And right now, I am giving away a Papa Murphy's Pizza Prize Pack. First caller wins a free Jack-o'-lantern large pizza and 1 pound of chocolate chip cookie dough. Call 842-4422. First caller wins that pizza prize pack, 842-4422. Good luck. And there's the phone.
That's fun.
I'm talking with Mary Faith Bell this morning, commissioner candidate. What else would you like to talk about?
Well, I'd like to invite the community to a fundraiser dinner that I'm having on Saturday night.
I live on the east side, and I saw it this morning, and I made a mental note, and then I forgot about it when I got here.
So it's at the Fairview Grange on Saturday night from 5 to 8. It's a fundraiser dinner for my campaign. We're having prime rib. My friend Lori Orick is a caterer, and she volunteered to cook prime rib. Nice. And she got a great price on it, so we can sell prime rib dinners for $15 a piece, half price for kids under 10. And we're going to have a dessert auction. There'll be live music. David Wiegand is going to play and sing. He's a blues rock guitarist, and he has a friend named Jeff Slamal, who plays harmonica. And those guys are really good. They're really good. And so that'll be fun. They'll be playing from 5:30 to 7:30. So we'll have great food and a dessert auction and live music, and kids are welcome. And I'm excited about it. It's going to be really fun. And did you say it's at the Fairview Grange? I don't know if you did, but I wanted to repeat that.
At the Fairview Grange on Saturday night. Yep, 3rd Street and Trask or Well, it's an intersection of 4 different streets.
Right. Like
Olson, Fairview, 3rd, and Trask all meet up right there.
Exactly. And I want to make a pitch for the Fairview Grange because they've recently renovated it.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
Yeah.
They refinished the wood floor in the Grand Hall and they painted everything and it's just sparkling and
Do you
clean.
know if they're going to paint that big main building? I assume they would.
I assume so too, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it does look really nice when you drive by.
So the Grange is awesome. We'll be there on Saturday night. Everybody's welcome, and I hope to see you there.
Yeah. And when we were talking about events and commissioner or candidate forums, we didn't mention Kendra's next Wednesday.
Correct. Wednesday the 24th. Is that right? Wednesday the
24th?
Yes. Wednesday the 24th at Kendra's in Halem. There's the Tillamook County Pioneer is hosting an event called Coffee with the Candidates. So the Adam and I are invited, as are the House District 32 candidates.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and Kendra will provide a really delicious buffet breakfast, so you should come for that. And last year, we did it last year for the first time, and I mean in the primary rather.
Yeah.
And it was very nice. So, people had breakfast together, we visited, and then people asked us questions, and so it was casual but informative, and I really enjoyed it. So I hope our North County neighbors or anybody who's available can come out. It's during the day, so
at 9:30.
Yeah, so that's great for people who aren't out and about at night.
Oh yeah, good point. And it's, as we all know, getting darker earlier.
Right.
Boo hiss.
Yeah, I'm not ready. I'm not ready for the sunshine to go away.
Well, I know Tuesday I think is when the rain comes in. Dun, dun, dun. MaryFaithBell.com is your website. If people can't come out, they can donate on your website, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And donations are tax deductible. Is that correct?
$50 per person or $100 per couple is available for a tax credit the next time you do your taxes.
Right. So, yeah, for this taxes for this year.
Right.
What would you like to say to the community about your candidacy?
I'm really very moved about the way the community has come together and supported me in so many amazing ways. So this week in the Headlight Herald, we published a list of 221 women who are endorsing me. It was so moving to me. It started with one woman who wrote an email to her friends and said, "This is my candidate. This is why I'm supporting her. Won't you support her too?" And she sent it to her friends and they sent it to their friends and it went viral in our community and it got outside of our community. And so in the original email, they were shooting for 100. Let's get 100 women to support Mary Faith. But by the time it got back to me, it was 221. And I'm just so very grateful. I'm really beside myself with gratitude for all of that support and all the other support that I've received, which is extraordinary. It's extraordinary to me that Mark Labhart came out of retirement to endorse me. He wasn't going to, and we talked about it in the primary. He said, no, I'm retired. I'm going to stay out of it. But he was helping me. He was giving me advice and talking to me because we're friends. But he wasn't going to endorse me or anybody else. And he changed his mind. So I'm extremely grateful for Mark's endorsement. I'm extremely grateful for the endorsement in the primary, there were 6 of us. And, there were 8 and 2 dropped out. So we ended up with 6. And the other 4 candidates are all endorsing me. So Walt Porter, Dave McCall, Carrie Fleischer, and Aaron Palter are all endorsing me. And I'm deeply, deeply grateful for that. There are a lot of men who are supporting me who felt left out of the women's list. So I have a growing list of men who are endorsing me, and I'm super grateful for that. And I'm so happy that this is a nonpartisan race because I'm really grateful for the broad bipartisan support that I'm experiencing. And that's really how it should be because the commissioners represent everyone in the county. Right. And so that's wonderful to me. And it's, I'm learning so much, and people people I don't even know have contacted me and said, "Hey, I want to help you. I want to support you. How can I get involved? What can I do for you?" And so I've made a bunch of new friends, and it's really my employer endorsed me before I filed. I went to sit down with my boss, David Butler, at the hospital. He's the president of the hospital, and before I filed, because I wanted to talk to him about it, so I sat down with him, and I said, "This is on my heart. I feel called to do this, and so I want to talk to you about it first." And he said, "We would be so sad to lose you, but we'd be so glad to have you as commissioner."
Right.
Because the commissioners are involved with the
of
hospital.
course. Yep.
And so he prayed with me, and he's super supportive. My team is super supportive. They're helping me out, and they've endorsed me, and people come into my office and pray with me all the time. It's really so nice. So I just want to say that I feel exceedingly grateful, and I feel when this process started, I felt deeply rooted in this community. But as a result of the process of the election, I feel well, I don't even have the words for it. I don't even have the words for it. I'm just in love with this community.
I love that. I love this community too. It's always amazing. This job, I know more about. I was telling somebody the other day that I know a little bit about a lot of things. I also like to learn, and I call myself nosy. So I'm the one that asks questions like, "Why are you doing that? Why is this happening?" But it just, when like the college comes in, or, the food bank comes in, I mean, it's just amazing what we do in such a small community.
I agree.
I lived in a large city for 10 years and never saw half of the stuff. Now, it could have been happening in other parts of the community, but when the whole community rallies around something, it's just amazing.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think this is an extraordinary place. I've lived in some nice places, but never anywhere where people had a bigger heart to serve.
Yeah, and that's how stuff gets done.
Yeah.
Yep. I had to take another quick break, and then I can give you like 1 minute to talk about anything else you would like to talk about.
Okay.
Eating nutritious foods combined with regular exercise is the key to a healthy heart. Overconsumption of foods packed with added sugars and carbohydrates can lead to high blood pressure and blood sugar levels, damaging blood vessels and contributing to heart and vascular problems. To keep your heart healthy, cardiologists at Tillamook Regional Medical Center recommend eating at least 5 servings of fruits and vegetables each day, exercising for 30 minutes daily, and sleeping 7 to 9 hours each night. Visit northwestregionalheart.com for more heart-healthy tips and to take a free and confidential heart age assessment. So I'm talking with Mary Faith Bell, candidate for commissioner. Okay, 1 minute, go.
Okay, so we...
No pressure.
Our ballots should have been mailed. They should have. Some people have gotten their ballots. Not everybody. They started mailing them out yesterday. Yep. So we should all have our ballots hopefully by today or tomorrow. And so I just really want to encourage everybody to vote. Just vote, because it's important.
Yep.
The ballot measures are
seriously,
important.
Oregon could not make it any easier. You don't have to go anywhere. I mean, other than dropping off the ballot.
Yeah.
But you don't have to, in California, you have to go to a poll and you have to wait in a line. You have to make sure that you're registered and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's important. Do it in the comfort of your house with your voter's pamphlet.
That's right. It's easy. And you can mail it in, or you can drop it off at any of the ballot boxes all over the county. And it's an important election, not only for county commissioner, but the PUD directors are up for election, and there are mayors, and the gubernatorial race, and the ballot measures are really important. So I just really want to urge everybody to vote. Yeah,
that's a really good call. We should. Hey, thanks for coming in this morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
Lovely speaking with you. Let's see. Senior meals, 11:30 at St. Mary's by the Sea in Rockaway Beach every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Also noon every weekday at the Kiowanda Community Center in Pacific City, as well as the Tillamook Senior Center at 4th and Stillwell. Cost is $3 for seniors and $6.75 for everyone else. As we mentioned, there are a couple candidate forums coming up. Sunday at the Bay City Arts Center at 12:30, and also Sunday at Nestucca Valley Elementary at 6 o'clock. Saturday, Tillaskate is having open skate at the fairgrounds from 3 to 5:30. Art Accelerated is also holding another open mic night Saturday from 6:30 to 8 at Yo Time. The Pumpkin Patch at Old House Dahlias is open 10 to 5 Saturday and Sunday. They're on Highway 101 south of Tillamook in Pleasant Valley. And the Kilch's Pumpkin Patch and Corn Maze is open noon to 5 Saturday and Sunday out on Kilch's River Road at the Hydrangea Ranch. And they're also having a haunted corn maze Friday the 26th and Saturday the 27th from dusk to 11 p.m. And kind of fun, there is a 2nd Street Pumpkin Patch party Saturday from 11 to 3. They said it'll be a fun time of pumpkins and pumpkin decorating. Sunday is the Tillamook Rotary's 2nd annual senior prom at the Elks Lodge. Dancing Through the Decades, a senior prom to remember, is for ages 55 and up. All seniors are invited to the prom for a free afternoon of dancing and laughter. Lunch will be provided. That's this coming Sunday at the Elks Lodge from noon to 3. RSVP to Stacy at 815-2062. And I would like to give out my PSA that there is now a stop sign on 1st Street and Stillwell. So right next to the Pelican and Rob Trust Real Estate and the food cart area. Be cautious driving through there. Make sure you stop because there wasn't a stop sign there before.
True.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of people run it already. Mary Faye, thanks again for coming in this morning.
Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, and thank you, Tillamook, for listening.